I'm not going to waste your time, so I'm going to go straight to it. Now, if we haven't met yet, my name is Ting, okay? And I've been an artist for over 20 years. I've been selling my art, thousands of artwork I started in the Cayman Islands, then I came back to Canada, and I sold through art shows, art galleries, and then more art shows, and then eventually, for the past 13 years, I operate my own art business. And my own art gallery, and it's called Art Rush Gallery. And during the COVID time, it basically, as you know, COVID, it's kind of stopped us from doing business. And at that time, while I was running my business, a lot of artists come to me and said, how do you do this? Because they see that I've created so much work and I'm selling work. So they're curious, how I get to do this. Now, I'm nothing special. I'm just a person that just took risk and plunged both feet in and went for it. Okay, so that's how I did it. And while I was, before COVID, I was thinking, it would be really, really fun to make a program to teach artists how to do this, because there is a framework after over 20 years of trial and errors. There's definitely a framework there. So I decided to do this program after, when COVID hits, because then I decided to shut down my business and concentrated on this business, on art business coaching. So the art business coaching is a brand new business that I just started, and it's I launched my first program in March, and it went really well. And I'm really excited about the whole new business, because as a creative, I love doing new things. I love inventing new stuff, because that is just in my genes. And I'm sure you're a creative person. That's why you're here watching this live. Now, so that's a little bit about myself. Listen, if you stay with me till the end, we can actually do some Q&A as well, okay? So let's talk about you instead. Now, if you feel very rejuvenated this summer, and you feel like, your dream is going to come true, okay? And you feel excited that you want to do this. You want to make your talent into a business. And you just needed some, a little nudge, basically, because it is... Hi, Talia. Nice to see you. So lovely to see you. You just need a little nudge to get you going, right? And I understand that. And I hope you are making plans to make your dream into reality instead of letting it sit on the back burner. It doesn't matter how you start. You can be a full-time or you can be a part-time, okay? It just means you have to start, because dream does not happen just on its own. It just doesn't, because that's just the way life is, right? It's like anything. You got to take the first step. So if these are the questions that you're asking yourself, if these are the questions you have, when is it going to my turn to pursue my dream? No, I know a lot of women that are mothers even if you're not a mother, we just end up in nurturing souls, right? That's just part of our makeup, And I know you're probably thinking, when is it my turn? When is it my turn to fulfill my dream? Because it's just as important. It's true. It is actually even more important, okay? So you might be asking, why does it have to be so hard? Because you're overwhelmed with things that you don't know yet, because you haven't started yet. Or you might be asking questions like, does my artwork even matter? I'll tell you this, it does matter. We are given a special gift, a special talent, so that we can do it and give it to the world, okay? Our talent is not to be wasted. I seriously don't think so, because everyone is given a talent. Our talent is in regard to art, right? We're creative people, so we have to create. We have to make art and sell it and to share it to the world, okay? That's what our destiny really is, okay? And if you're thinking, am I ever going to have this creative business, or is it just going to be a pipe dream? Well, if these are your questions, you've got to keep listening, okay? Because I want to encourage you to do this dream, because I did it. And I actually have students doing it right now. And it's wonderful to watch them, to watch people growing and asking questions and being inspired. That is so rewarding. And so, yes, being an artist, I really enjoyed being an artist. It's a lot of fun. I get to create a lot, but right now I'm concentrating on this coaching business, and I'm enjoying it just as much because I'm watching people doing it, doing my framework, and it's so excited to see how they're excelling and how they're growing. And it's just, it just makes you think like, yes, you can do it. You just have to keep going, right? It's just, I don't know, it's inspiring, let's just say. So today we're going to talk about how to make things happen in 3 simple steps, all right? Step number 1 is declare your dream. Step number 2 is take your first step. And step number 3 is find a framework that works, okay? So let's go to step 1, declare your dream, okay? I know you know that you're made for more, all right? But you're stuck in a job or you're stuck in the life that's kind of like, just on autopilot, and you're doing it over and over again. And the depletion of everyday life, the depletion of, just going in, trudging along, and it's very uninspiring, and your energy is depleted because you are not doing what you're supposed to do. When you're doing what you're supposed to do, you'll feel very inspired. You'll feel like you're very energized because there's a lot of things that that you feel inspired about, that you want to create, that you can't wait to get your hands on, okay? So when you're not doing something that you're supposed to do, you'll feel like your energy is depleted. And that's very normal. And I know how you feel because I was you 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. I was in this business that I just, at first I was doing fashion design, then I decided, okay, that's not my thing because I don't really like sewing. So I decided, well, at the meantime, while I am deciding what I should do, which, I thought it would be something creative, I was in the restaurant business. So I went from waiting on tables, hosting, and then I was a wine sommelier, and I was even managing, just trying to find different areas where I'll be inspired, but nothing inspired me. I was just, I felt like my soul was dying, right? When you're doing something that you don't enjoy, seriously, you just don't even want to get up early in the morning. You don't want to, go to work because it's just not inspiring you. So I know exactly what you mean. And I know at that time, my weekends, my vacation is what brightened my life. And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't just be, your weekends and your vacation brighten your life. Your day, every day should be inspiring. Your every day should be something you look forward to, because that is what life is. It's a gift, and we got to make good use of it. Now, I know you're a creative woman wishing to make your talent into a business. I know that. That's why you're here. And I know you want to be your own boss, because it's great to actually have, your destiny in your hands and create things that you really, really want to do. You're not counting on your boss, for a paycheck. You're not counting on anybody. You're not going to be scared of getting laid off or anything. You want to be your own boss so that you can open a business, create a business on top of it, sell your artwork, be inspired, share it with the world, talk to people, talk to your customers, and, share what your mission is, because we all have a mission. And our job as an artist is not only to beautify people's lives, it's also to share that mission, okay? That is very important. What we think is important, so we have to share it. And as women, I know we're nurturers. Therefore, I know all our missions are important. So you got to share, all right, artists? So when you devote so much of your life to your family, to nurturing people and all that, really pursuing your dream is something you got to do for yourself. It's the least you got to do, okay? So like I said, there's 3 steps to this. Step 1 is declare your dream. That's what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so the only way to do it is declare your dream. Declare your dream is basically saying that I don't need permission to do this. I don't need permission. I don't need someone to say, yes, you can do it. No, we're grown up. We're grown women. We can make our own decision. So you do not ask for permission. You just make a declaration about your dream. You say, yes, I want to do this. I want to make my talent into my business. And it doesn't matter if it's part-time or full-time. It doesn't matter if it's going to take you 3 years to actually launch it. It's fine. It's starting. Starting is what's important here. Okay? So basically, declaring your goal means that you don't need permission. You are just going to go for it, and you're going to make a commitment, and you're going to start. Now we're going to move on to step number 2, which is take your first step. That is so important, folks. You have to take your first step. I want to empower you to fulfill your dream because I want you to feel the excitement that happens when you're actually fulfilling your dream. When you're actually doing something you love to do, folks, your life is something's gonna happen to your life, okay? It will. And when you're on the right path, you really feel like the universe is with you. The universe is opening doors for you because you're on the right path. That's how I felt when I opened my art business. I started part-time, okay? I started doing shows, and that's how I felt. I felt like universe, God, all the energy is there to help me to succeed. And that's what's so important. I want you to feel the excitement when it happens. And I want you to live a passionate life. When you're doing what you do, you're going to start living an authentic life. You're going to be so inspired. It's not just a business. It's an expansion of your mind. Because once you know how to do this, you will remain creative. You will keep opening different things in your business. Perhaps different, maybe you'll open a service business, teaching art as well, and selling your art as well. You'll basically keep building because that's what we are. We're creative people. So we will just continue to create and build things. We'll diversify. That's what's going to happen, okay? Now, realizing that you need a change is already a transcendent, right? It's already transcendent. But how do you accomplish your dreams? And basically, it is just one simple step at a time. There is no such thing as one big leap. Giant leaps do not make you accomplish things because giant leaps make you feel overwhelmed. And not only that, it makes you feel overwhelmed, then you become burnt out and then you become miserable, right? So that's not the way to do it. It's taking that little step. First, declare your dream. Second, just take that little step, saying, you know what, I'm going to take that little step, okay? Significant changes occur when you understand the path, all right? And if you're afraid, if you're scared, the best kind of transformation is learning from somebody that actually knows how to do it. Learn from an artist that has done it, because an artist would know your pains and your trials, and they would know what you're worrying about because that artist has gone through exactly what you're going through. Hi, Deborah, nice to see you. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, so basically significant changes occur when you understand the path. So the best kind of transformations when someone guides you through this path, give you a framework so you're not scared. You're not, jumping feet first. I jumped in feet first because that's me. That's my personality. And I was, sometimes, being naive is a good thing, because I was young. I jumped in feet first and I just let one step after another teach me what to do because that's all I know, right? I jumped in, I go, okay, well, I'm doing art shows now. Okay, now I'm going to go to art galleries and now I'm going to do this. And then when I opened my art gallery, just one thing after another. And the art gallery actually taught me a lot because of the fact that I was open every single day. When you're open every single day, at first I was open only summer, but once you start opening every single day, you learn so much from your customers. You've got to talk to your customers, and all of these little steps is what make you, make your dream into a reality. Okay, creative? I know we're all artists here. I know what it's like to want to, create a business that you want to get up every morning and just say, I love what I'm doing. I'm so inspired. I can't wait to go into the studio. I can't wait to paint. Or for me right now, I'm doing coaching. I seriously can't wait to go to my office and create more programs because it's so fun, right? When you're inspired, when you're creative, that's, that is our intrinsic, basically, that is our destiny. Just keep creating and keep sharing, all right? So I just went through step number 2. So step number 1 was to declare your dream, which these 3 girls that are watching me right now have declared your dream. So I'm so proud of you. Step number 2 is take your first step, and you have all done that. And step number 3 is find a framework that works. And all 3 of you have done that as well. But there's other artists that haven't done this yet. So let's talk about it, okay? So if your fear stops you from taking action because you're afraid to fail, please don't, because if you let your fear control your mind, I'm telling you, your fear, your mind would just keep playing games with you. It will. It's just the way the mind works. I think it's because it's trying to protect us, right? It's trying to protect us from, falling. It's trying to protect us from failing. And so our mind will just keep doing that. So you can't do that. You got to make a decision. Once you make a decision, you got to go for it. And if you don't want to plunge in feet first, then you got to find a framework that works, okay? When there's a framework that works, then you know what your step 1 is, your step 2 is, and your step 3 is. And even with the steps, I know it's still a little overwhelming, but you're just overwhelmed because you're trying to speed things up. Don't speed things up. Artists, don't speed things up, okay? Don't worry about it. You have to kind of have your end game in mind, sort of like, like for me, right? This coaching business is new to me, although I've been an artist for over 20 years, but this coaching business is new to me. But, I'm thinking of the end game. I'm thinking, a year from now, 2 years from now, what's it going to be? That's how you have to think, a year from now, 2 years from now. And I know some people that are, mothers, it's going to take a few more years because your life is busy. And because your life is busy, it's going to take a few more years, but you got to have the patience, okay? You got to do the framework. And it's not, like art business is complex. It's more complex than, complicated than any other business because we're the makers, we're the marketers, we're the sellers and all of that. So that's why having a framework works. And if you are, let's say, if you want to invest something, you can either invest in a book, you can invest in any coaching, okay? I'm not saying pick me. I'm just saying invest in something, do something. You do your step number 2, which is take a small step. And then step 3 is to find that framework, okay? Go find that framework. Go find somebody, a coach that you can actually relate to and invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is the most important thing. I have invested in myself for years, and I have to say I'm the best investment because I'm in control of myself, right? If you invest in other things, you have no under controls. You have absolutely no control. But when you invest in yourself, it's up to you to make things right, right? So nothing is worse than being stuck in a life of habits unwillingly. That is so unnerving, isn't it? When you're stuck in a life that's automation, it's like you're just going through day by day without even thinking because you have learned to accept it. Don't accept it, folks. If you are a creative, you do not accept how you feel. If you don't feel good, do not accept that is your fate. Change it. You are responsible for your own life, okay? You don't need permission. You just need to make a decision. Now, I'm obsessed with your talent because I'm obsessed with knowing that what I've done with my talent, I know you can do it too. That's why I'm obsessed with your talent. I want to help you to make your business into, to make your talent into a reality. I want to change your talent into a reality because I've done it and I know you can do it. Now, today I have actually created an ebook. Please download it. If you don't know the framework, take a look at it, okay? It has a lot of tools in there that will help you to, to basically help you to build your business from the ground up. Yes, it is not complete because to have a complete framework, it's long, right? Okay, it's a lot of work. It's very complex, it's complicated, but it's learnable. But I've created this ebook so that you can download it, take a look at it, and there's a lot of guides in there, so take a look. They're great tools to help you to move along, okay? So today, you have learned how to make your dreams into reality without asking for permission. 1 is to declare your dream. Number 2 is to take your first step. And number 3 is to find a framework that works for you and invest in yourself. Okay, folks, thank you so much. And I hope you will just continue to believe in yourself and to believe in your dreams because it is important. We're given one life to live. Let's live it well. And let's live the life that we're supposed to be. Let's be the creative soul that we're meant to be. Let's share our mission and our art with the world. Okay? And I'll see you next week. Same time, same day next week. And I shall talk more about art business. So this is going to be your weekly dose of art business tips. Okay? Thank you. Any questions, ladies? Any questions? No? Okay. And ladies, I'll see you in the other group. Okay?